Alright, so Ultimate Frisbee, it's a lot like football. The object is to score touchdowns, and you score touchdowns only by passing. You can't walk with the Frisbee. Basically, as soon as you get the Frisbee, you have to stop where you are, and you're only allowed to pivot on one of your feet, so you can step like that, just like a basketball, or you can either use your right foot. The object is you have to pass it to your teammates, and as long as your teammates don't have the disc, they can run around. You're the only one who has to stay still, and you just have to pass it to your teammates until it gets down to the other end. If another member from the other team catches the Frisbee, then it goes the other way and you're now on defense. Also, if the Frisbee touches the ground, then you're on defense. Regardless of who touched the Frisbee last, if you're the one who threw it and then it touches the ground, then you're on defense. So even if a defender on the other team knocks it down, it's their ball, or their disc. Alright, so the most basic way to throw a Frisbee is called the backhand. That's the way that you mostly, when you think how to throw a Frisbee, that's how you throw it. Most of the force is going to be coming from turning your upper body. So it's going to start back here, and you're going to move out and rotate your arm forward. It's also going to be a flick of the wrist, so it's going to start kind of curled up in your hand, and then you're going to sort of point it where you want to go. Ultimately, the Frisbee is going to be coming off your index finger, and so you're going to, at the same time, from when it curls up here, you're going to unleash your wrist and throw it forward, and so it's going to look like this. Another way to throw a Frisbee is called the forehand. So think of it like tennis. You have the backhand, and you have the forehand. The forehand, the way you hold the Frisbee, start with 3 fingers. You're just going to go right there. Your thumb's going to go on top. Underneath, you're going to have your index finger pointing towards the center, and your middle finger is going to be bracing the edge of the Frisbee. With this, it's going to be, your arm swing is going to stay by your side, your forearm is going to give most of the power, and it's going to be a flick of the wrist. And the Frisbee is going to be coming off of your middle finger, and so it's going to look like this. Alright, another way to throw the Frisbee, if you can't do the forehand, because that takes a little bit of practice, you can try the thumber. So it's the same thing, it's going to be coming from your right hand. It's going to be coming on the outside. You're going to start with your open palm, and the Frisbee is just going to come like that, and your other finger is going to curl over. More of this time, more of the motion is going to come from your arm, and it's going to flip off of your thumb. So it's going to look like this. Alright, the fourth way to throw the Frisbee is called the hammer. Basically, you're going to take the same way of holding the Frisbee as you did with the forehand, except instead of throwing it like this, you're going to use your whole body and throw it like you're throwing a football or a baseball, and throw it over like that. You want to try and get it so that you release it, so it's almost at a 45-degree angle. So you want to throw it like that. And it's going to go up into the air, and it's going to come down upside down. So it's going to look like this. So this is when you want to use what throws. So if he's guarding me and he's on the other team, and he's on my team. So when my teammate is in front of me and to the left, I have to stand still, but I am allowed to have one foot to pivot. So in this case, since he's in front of me and my teammate's to my left side, I want to pivot with my left foot, so I'm standing like this, and then use a backhand. So if he's guarding me and I'm going to throw it to him, it looks like that. So another case is similar to this other case from before, but now if my teammate's on the right side, I'm going to either use a forehand or a thumber. So it's almost the same thing. I'm going to this time pivot with my right foot, like this, and then use either a forehand or a thumber. So it'll look like this. Okay. The hammer is really sort of a surprise attack. Use your imagination. If he was a little bit bigger and he was a lot better at guarding me, and I wasn't able to pivot, and I wasn't able to get the ball out of my hands to the sides, or the Frisbee out of my hands on the sides, I would use a hammer and just throw it right over him. So I would kind of, do some jukes like this, so he'd be on the ground, and then I just go like that. Alright, now when you're trying to catch the Frisbee, there's a bunch of different ways you can try depending on where you are and where the Frisbee is. The first thing you want to do is you want to do whatever you can to get in front of the Frisbee, and you want to catch it like this, like a sandwich. Alright, so that if you can at first. Alright, now if the frisbee's not coming to you in your torso area and you have to go higher, the way to catch it is to put your palms facing down and your thumbs on the ground, and you're going to catch it up like this. And then opposite that, if it's below your waist, you want to catch it down below with your palms facing up and your thumbs on top.